So what is the last class? We just started with the project. I created a project with, so you try to understand how the project is going to be executing or running. And let me
Yes.
draw the picture. Let me draw the picture how the things are going to be happening with. And this is your browser, right? And to this browser, how the content is going to be loading. This is the browser. This is the browser. For the browser, content is going to be loading with index.html. Index.html is the first file which is going to be hitting to the browser. Index.html. And for this index.html, index.js. Index.js is the second hitting file. Index.js is the file which is going to be hitting to the index.html. And this index.js, which is going to be binding with two things. Index.js, which is going to be binding with the two things. One is the app.js, one is the this index.js is going to be binding with the two things. One is the app.js. App.js is the component, React component. App.js is the React component. React component. This is the first component which is going to be generated. And what it is going to be happening with index.html is merging to the index.js. At the same time, app.js also merging to the index.js. How these two files are merging to the index.js, very important. And there is an important method in the index.js that is called react DOM.render. React DOM.render. In React DOM.render, there are two files. So what I need to execute, where I need to execute, two parameters we need to pass. What I need to execute, where I need to execute. So what I need to execute means I need to execute a app file, and where I need to execute means I need to execute on HTML, index.html. Let me write react DOM.render, and inside this DOM capital letters. React DOM.render, what I need to execute and where I need to execute. Very important two questions you need to follow. What I need to execute means I need to execute app component. And where I need to execute means I need to execute on root element, the document dot get element by id. Document dot get element by id. The name of the id is something like root. Okay, now you may ask a question, where this root available? Root is the division containing index.html. Division called root. So on top of the root, I want to place this app.js. And finally, HTML file is rendering to the browser. HTML file triggering to the browser, and browser can able to show the output of the visualization, whatever the visualized content you want to show. On top of the browser we want to show. But browser hitting by the index.html and index.js merging with index.html and app.js both. And finally, this is the architecture, how the architecture is going to be executing with you. Okay, let me do and new folder. This will be 27 by 2. This is architecture. Now come to this file, and here we will be having a lot of files: app.css, app.js, index.js, and here index.html. These are the four important files we should remember. Four important files: index.html, app.js, index.js. Okay, so this index.js is merging with app.js and index.html. App.js and index.html. That is what actually we have to understand. Index.js merging with app.js component, at the same time index.html root element. So let me show that how this is going to be happening with. Come to the index.html, you will be having a root element over there, root element on top of this div id root. And come to the index.js, index.js having a react dom.render entry point of the React.js, entry point method of React.js, virtual DOM entry point, react dom.render app is going to be matching at the same time document.getElement by id root. So this root placed on top of the app, root placed on top of the app, root coming from index.html, and this app coming from app.js. That's what actually the thing is going to be happening. This is going to be merging on top of the index.html, and this is JSX component. What is the meaning of JSX? It is JavaScript with HTML, JavaScript with XML content, and XML is binding with HTML content only. That is okay. But finally, your visualized component is a JS file, but on top of the inside the JS file, you will be having XML and HTML. Okay, finally, in React.js, every component is a JS component, JSX component. Even you are creating a functional component or you are creating a class component, both are coming from JS or JSX. JSX is nothing but JavaScript with XML. XML stands for Extensible Markup Language, and which is going to be having all custom defined tags. A lot of tags which are going to be available inside. Okay, then finally, what it is going to be happening with JSX, you are going to be having a lot of JSX files on top of the visualization. Then you can visualize your content on top of the browsers. That's it. Every file is a JSX file on top of the visualization, on top of the browser. So that is a format of the JSX. And coming to this one, React DOM.render app is going to be merging here, and document.getElements by ID root is the ID. Okay, let me execute this. New terminal npm start. npm start. If I do npm start, I can able to see my localhost. My localhost is Hello React. I got Hello React content. Then Hello React coming from where? Hello React coming from this root, but root containing with index.js and app. What is app containing with? App containing with only functional component Hello React. Hello React. Okay, so let me create multiple components which are going to be a functional components like different things. Suppose I want to create a header.js, and inside the header.js I want to go with multiple things. Okay, let me take header.js is a functional component, and this is the name of header, and export header. And here we need to import a React first. Without importing React, you can't able to do anything. Import React from React. Import React from React. And one more thing is CSS file I need to access. One more thing, CSS file I need to access. CSS file which is available. This one, CSS file. I want to access the CSS also. Copy the CSS and add here. And one more thing, I deleted logo, then logos are no needed, and you can delete all logos. Delete logos here. And delete the logo anywhere logo is available, logo SVG. Logo SVG also you can delete. Delete all the logo content, logo related content. In app.css also there is much CSS code available related to the logo. You can delete all the content now. Now you'll be having header exporting, and header need to be importing the app.js. Now how to import header in app.js? App.js is this one, and import a header from header. Import header from header, and instead of showing this, I want to show the header. But header containing what? Header containing what? Header containing nothing. Header containing hello React. And header is something like h1, right? H1. This is my first page React. This is my first page React. Okay, now you see the browser. This is my first page React. You can see the header completely. We got placed header already. And go to the app.css and give the header style h1 is a background color, whatever you want you can take, and the color whatever you want you can take. Color should be something like right. Text align center already working. Complete app is aligning to center, that is okay, but I'm writing text align center, font style italic. And finally you got the header got h1, and h1 is going to be showing very neatly for you, and this will be sometime. This is header component. This is header component I already created, and I already integrated with the app.js. Separate header component we created that was integrating to the app.js. So coming to the app.js, see, remember one thing, in app.js, if you want to render n number of components, compulsory we need to take a root level component called a division. Without having a root level component, you cannot able to take multiple components like this. Suppose only header if you want to return, just you can do like this. You can do like this. But whenever you want to execute a multiple headers, you are getting issue. Whenever you are getting multiple headers, you are getting issue. So whenever you have the multiple components, compulsory you have to pick up one root level container tag. That root level container tag is a division over there. Take a division, inside that container you can place a number of components. But right now I have the single component. Later if you want, you can take multiple components, multiple headers also you can take. Suppose header will be reusable, header component is reusable, I can take multiple headers over there. So this is what actually the thing is. Okay, I did not go for the multiple components over there right now, so just to delete all the headers. Now I'll take a new component, img image component, image.js. Okay, some rules and regulations we need to follow. The first rule is component name should be with capital letters, project name should be with the small letters. 2 points you have to remember. 2 points we need to remember. Component name should be in the capital letter, and program name should be in the small letters. Now this is a function image and export image, and instead of this I want to take img src is equal to, I want to take some image then. So let me take an image. Okay, React images. Okay, let me take this image. Right click on this, copy image address, and come to the Visual Studio Code. Paste src value. Now you can able to see some image over there. Now React app is already running. Okay, but I did not use image. How to use image tag? Go to the app.js, use image tag also. Use image component also, but without import you can't able to do anything. Import image from image, and here I just want to add a image tag. So finally you will be having image tag. You can see image got added. So this image need to be have something like a style. Okay, so this image, wherever this image available, image is there, img src. Img width is equal to something like 300 pixel, and height is equal to 250 pixel. Okay, my image should be like this. Okay, I got my image, which is going to be having width and height 100 and 250 pixels. Let me have the one more image over there. This is my component called image, and which is having a set of images. Let me take 25%, 25% of the screen. Take 4 images then. Take 4 images then. Okay. My image component, which is having 4 images, each image which is having 250 pixel height, 25% width. Okay, height is too much. Huh? You can take 100 pixel or 150. Now you see, you got 4 images. Your image component is there, but if you want take number of images, you can take number of images. Go to app.js. I want to take image component which is having 4 images. Remember it. Image component which is having 4 images. Remember it. Now you can see your header is moving. Your header is moving, but I don't want to move my header. I want to fix the header. So how to make fix header without moving the header? I want to make it fix. Okay, how to fix it? Just go to the app.css and this h1 position fixed. I want to give the position value fixed and the left value 0 pixel and the top value 0 pixel, margin 0 pixel all sides, and the width of the header is 100 pixel. So top left values I adjusted and position make fixed. So then you can see your content is moving, but your image is not. Sorry, your header is not moving. Header position got fixed. Header position got fixed. Okay, let me take a break or take a break over there. Just take 2 breaks. By taking breaks, your images and header completely looking fine. Your content and your images looking fine now.